So today I want to cover merged accounts. As most of you are aware, since the beginning of this month, we finally got the ability to merge accounts on Veve. For those of you who are new to Veve, basically before the introduction of KYC, a lot of users were setting up multiple accounts to increase their chances on drops. However, when in August they introduced KYC, there was only the possibility to basically verify one account with your username. So of course that was a bit upsetting for a lot of people that have multiple accounts because they only can access one account. Besides that, of course there are also a lot of people who set up accounts for their children, for example. And of course KYC you can only do if you're over 18, I think, in most countries. So that's why this was a feature that a lot of people were looking forward to be able to basically consolidate their accounts under one name and access all their collectibles that were basically stuck in those other accounts. So of course the interesting thing to track right now is how many people are merging their accounts, how many accounts have already been merged in the last couple of weeks, and how many tokens have been transferred. So basically tokens that are now coming into circulation again that have been stuck previously. So this is all things that we are going to cover in this video. And of course, as always, if you like this type of content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with these kind of topics. So let's get right into the data. Although before we get into the actual data, what I wanted to cover is how I spot merged accounts. Because of course on the blockchain, on ImmutableX, where I get my data from, there's nothing that flags a certain wallet and basically tells me, okay, this is a merging account or something like that. So I had to come up with some kind of way to how I identify when an account merge has actually happened. So that's why I came up with a set of basically rules that have to be in place for me to say, okay, so here we have a situation where we have account merging. At first sight, it seems quite easy because you would say, of course, they would be easy to spot because basically when you merge accounts, then you have all collectibles from one wallet that go to one other wallet. And also this happens in a very short period of time, in a couple of seconds or only a couple of minutes, depending on the size of the wallet and the amount of collectibles. So this makes it very easy to spot large wallets that have been merged because there are only so many collectibles on the market that you would purchase in row from one wallet, and also that you would be able to do in a couple of seconds or less than a minute. However, when we get to accounts that own only one or two collectibles, and we will see later in the numbers that a lot of those accounts that were merged were actually very small accounts. So then it became very much harder to say, okay, to distinguish, because someone who owns a lot of one collectible or comic can basically set up or put a lot of those collectibles for one price. With that, they sometimes try to manipulate the floor price. And in that case, if someone comes and buys up those collectibles, then you would have also a lot of transfers from one wallet to one other wallet in a short period of time. So I had to come up with more restrictions that would tell me, okay, so this is actually account merge happening. So another quite straightforward rule was that the previous activity from that wallet that basically transfers the collectible out had to be before August 2022, because that's when KYC was introduced. So after that, that wallet wasn't able to do any transactions. Then again, the second rule, as I just explained, that all tokens that were in that wallet had to go to one other wallet. Another rule had to be that this wallet balance would then go to zero. So basically, this wallet has to be completely empty at the end of the kind of merge. And also that wallet should not show any further activity after that. And so with these kind of rules in place, I am quite confident that I am capturing all merging accounts and that I have very few, if any, falsely flagged wallets as merged accounts in there. So that's just to describe my way of how I identify these account merges. And next, of course, we want to get into the data. So first the general stats in total from the beginning of February until the 18th, which was yesterday, we had a total of 1,561 wallets that got merged into 1,058 wallets. Because we know, as it says here, there's the possibility to merge up to 4 accounts to your main account. So as we see in those numbers, there were definitely some users that had multiple inactive accounts, and they merged several accounts to their main user account. And we had a total of 38,464 collectibles that were transferred during these account merges. So looking at it on a timeline, as I said, I pulled the information since the beginning of February, because basically this feature went live, I think, on the 3rd of February for everyone. Obviously, before that, we had some beta testers that tested those features. So we see on the 2nd of February, there were 4 merged wallets, each wallet only transferring 1 token. But all in all, the main event started from February 3rd. As we see, basically we are continuously merging accounts between 50 and 100 accounts a day, and with that a couple of 100 collectibles are transferred from inactive wallets, basically into active wallets, and with that they basically come back into the circulation. Next I wanted to look at is, so what was the average wallet size of those merged accounts? And as I said previously, there were actually a lot, like 40% of the wallets that have merged up until today were actually quite small wallets, only holding 1 to 5 collectibles. And we actually don't have any big whale wallets that have been merged so far. So all wallets that have been merged had less than 500 collectibles. So I'm still very curious, because if you remember one of my videos I did on wallets, this one here, we actually saw some wallets with more than 500 collectibles that haven't been active. So I'm still going to keep an eye out for those wallets, and also I will probably do an update video on this kind of wallet deep dive sometime this or next month. So as we see, those wallets still haven't merged, and this bears the question, of course, if you were a user that has more than 500 or over 1,000 collectibles stuck in an inactive wallet, I guess you would be one of the first that would try to merge or get those collectibles into your active wallet. So this kind of leads to us speculating if these are truly some sort of bot accounts, or maybe belong to those wallets that got banned from Veve. The last thing I looked was what's the distribution of those wallets that were merged. One was their last activity, and most of those wallets actually have been also active right before the KYC, so in July. But we also have some wallets that have been merged that haven't been active since December 2021. So this I thought was also quite interesting to see, that there were wallets that didn't show any activity for 6 months, and they weren't KYC'd, but now people merged those accounts to their main wallet. So much for the first part of just giving you the overall numbers. So now let's move on to the second part of this video, where we look at which collectibles and which comics were transferred as part of the account merges. So let's start with collectibles. So here I have the summary of all collectibles basically, and how many of them were transferred by merging accounts, and here ordered by amount. We see that the collectible of which most editions have been transferred was the common DeLorean. So a total of 389 of those common DeLorean were merged or were transferred from inactive, non-KYC accounts to now active users. After that we have those lightsabers, Thor, some of those Darth Vaders, basically a lot of commons. Then we can filter, maybe look at so which were the main secret rares that were transferred. So we had 40 of the lightsabers, the Stitch secret rare, I think this is one. This is a poster. Goofy from the Disney, also lenticular cards, I think. So 29 of them. Maybe you are interested. Let's look at some of our grails, maybe. Select all and look for Todd. So we see that only 8 Todds were transferred so far from inactive wallets to active wallets. Then let's look at partner statues. Oh, so 27. Oh, that's interesting, I think. So we have 27 partner statues that were transferred due to this merging accounts, so that were previously stuck in those inactive accounts. I'm not sure. I haven't monitored the price action of any of those, so I'm not sure if price has gone down or something like that. Yeah, what else? So we have Spider-Man, but the Amazing Spider-Man, I think, was the first one. And this is the common. How do we get Modern Marvel? Let's do it like that. Uncommon, the rare, ultra rare. None of the secret rares. So I think from the first Spider-Man set that dropped, there were only 31 commons, 22 uncommons, 14 rare, and 2 ultra rare, but none of the secret rares. Basically, as you can see like that, you can go through that list, look whatever you're interested in. Same for the comics. Here I have the comics, the rarity, and how many of them were transferred. Of course, if we order by amount, of course, most of them are commons. And yeah, I'm really not a comic expert, so I will let you access this document. I will put the link to the document in the video description, and then just go and look for any of those comics that you are interested in. I think one that I would be interested in would be the Marvel comic number 1. So yeah, we have because that's was the first comic that dropped on Veve, and I also own a few of those, a few of the commons of those. So there were some commons, also some uncommons, rares, ultra rares, and also 2 secret rare of those that were transferred. Yeah, but you basically get the idea. If you want, then just go and look at this document and look for yourself. So yeah, this is all the information that I have for you for merging accounts. Of course, this is something that I will update maybe every month or so, because I think people have until April, I don't know, the end of April, to do this merging, and once we hit this deadline, we will know exactly how many of those inactive wallets will remain inactive. Then we can go and look at those inactive wallets that haven't been merged and look at what is still in there, because this will probably be collectibles that are then lost or that won't enter the circulating supply anymore. We don't know. Of course, this is just speculation, because we don't know what Veve's plans are for those collectibles that are in banned or restricted accounts or bot accounts or whatever. So always be careful if you base your investment decisions on those kind of assumptions. But yeah, definitely something that we will continue to monitor, and I will keep providing you these numbers and insights. So I hope you found this information useful. As always, very interested what you think. Leave a comment down below, and have a great rest of your day, and see you in the next one.